Wow. Here we go. Here we go. Breaking news. Investigation underway after Kentucky high school hosts drag pageant featuring male teens in lingerie giving lap dances to staff. Superintendent said the district has a tradition of excellence in academics in everything we do, but the incident is being investigated, and once the investigation is complete, appropriate action will be taken. Sheesh, look at this. Update. Hazard. Keyword to that school. Hazard. Hazard Independent Schools have released a statement regarding the viral videos of the high school assembly where male students wore women's lingerie and danced around administrators and female students dressed as Hooters waitresses. Wow. Wow. Official statement regarding homecoming activities. Late in the evening on October 26, 2021, I was made aware of concerns raised by photographs that were posted on Hazard High School athletic page. The first thing I did on October 27th was initiate an investigation into the incident. I found photos of inappropriate student-led activities that had since surfaced on social media. The district has the responsibility to address these issues that arise out of school-based activities. As a district, we are doing exactly that. First, I wish to address some questions around the incident. The activities were part of the homecoming festivities and were driven by the students. We strive to foster creativity in our students, and unfortunately, this time it was carried too far. Spirit Week at Hazard High School has a long and celebrated tradition. Homecoming activities were planned as a celebration for students, staff, and the school community. All were intended to be fun and good-natured. However, the activities did not play out as intended. While homecoming is an annual tradition, there has never been any issue raised prior to this year. Now that an issue has arisen, we are taking this opportunity to review policy and procedures to make certain that it does not happen again. Yeah, right. 1. Appropriate disciplinary action has been taken following the investigation, as is a personal matter. We are not allowed to disclose any further information regarding the specifics of the discipline. Using people's children for your sick pleasures. 2. Moving forward, a student activity committee will be developed to review all student-led activities, which should prevent any such skits from being performed in the future. While we value our students' creativity, we also ensure that it's focused in an appropriate direction and will be more vigilant toward the goal in the future. Everyone involved should be hit with sex offender charges. Every last one. 3. Also, training will take place on policies and procedures with all direct staff, and SBDMs to ensure this doesn't happen again. Using as a teachable moment, we will provide social media training for our students and staff. In today's society, students must understand that anything posted online is permanent. It is there for a public display for everyone to see and share around the globe. We would hate to see a single youthful indiscretion haunt one of our children for their entire life. You said that, but you let boys dress up in women's clothing, and you let the women dress up in Hooters clothing. Lawsuits should be, every parent of that child should be lawyered up. We have a dress code that is to be followed at all times. It is apparent that it was not in this case, but we will assure you that it will be enforced in the future at all school activities for both male and females. Costumes will be reviewed by appropriateness and additional to being required to meet the dress code. Any costume referencing drug or alcohol use will be strictly prohibited. At the end of the day, the light-hearted activity simply got out of hand, and for that, we apologize. In the future, we will strive to keep the lighthearted, fun nature of the school activities without the inappropriate behavior. We will continue to seek to involve our students and foster creativity, but with more direction. They are young, and we will be there to offer better guidance for their ideas in the future. We love our students and only want to provide them with the best education and foundation for a successful life. We only ask that not judge a district with a century-long tradition of striving for excellence on a single incident where fun trumped judgment. Our district would like to apologize for the activity that has been portrayed in the media, and we regret how this has unfolded. This is not the type of event that typically occurs here at Hazard High School. Hazard High School. Pun intended. The irony. Who names a school Hazard? Hazard High School, and we sincerely regret any embarrassment this has caused our school community. We love our Hazard High School students, staff, and community at large. Yeah, I bet you do. An investigation is underway after photos surfaced on social media depicting a homecoming event at a Kentucky high school where male students partook in a man pageant. The male students seen in the photos have taken at Hazard High School homecoming week festivities on Tuesday wore scant clothing, including women's lingerie, and gave staff lap dances in a gymnasium, according to the Courier-Journal. Let's see if we could show this. Hold on a minute. Is it loading? Okay, let's see what happens here.
Talk to several.
Let's go.
Upset parents today about inappropriate actions at an assembly at Hazard High School. Pictures were even posted earlier this week on the Hazard High School Athletics Facebook page.
The costume contest was part of their homecoming week. Several students dressed like Hooters restaurant employees and carried mugs that looked like they had beer in them. Other students were packed.
One moment. Fair use.
As part of the event. Parents we've heard
YouTube
from were most
ding me.
upset about pictures showing teenage boys dressed in lingerie dancing on and near school leaders. The superintendent
Hold up. There was paddling? What type of crap? Wow. Lawsuits.
told us the incident is being investigated and appropriate action will be taken. We're going to have much more on this story later today on WKYT.
Insane. All right, so here's a tweet. Libs of TikTok, insane. Mayor of Hazard, Kentucky, who is also the principal of Hazard High School, held an assembly with a male pageant. The students came dressed in lingerie and gave lap dances to the staff. Here's what's said in the pics. School shared these photos. I personally believe this is ridiculous and incredibly inappropriate from the perspective of a high school student. I can't imagine what some of the parents are thinking. My question is, who allowed this to be approved, and what board's opinion is on this? Staff and students reportedly took part in the man pageant and costume day on Tuesday, according to the Hazard High School's Facebook page. The photos also showed the students giving a lap dance to Hazard High School principal Donald Happy Mobolini. Mobolini is also the mayor of the city. Other photos removed from the athletics page, where the photos were first posted, showed female students dressed as Hooters waitresses, and students and staff reportedly appearing to paddle each other. I wonder if they're trying to get them into some university that has what do they call it? Fraternities. What if they're trying to do some initiation like that? But if they got accepted before going to that college after high school graduation. I'm just thinking, since there's paddling and some of them, they have these weird hazing rituals. Superintendent of Hazard Independent Schools, Sonda Combs, told the Courier-Journal that the district has a tradition of excellence in academics, and everything we do. But the incident being investigated, and once investigation is complete, appropriate action will be taken. She declined to comment on whether the man pageant was an annual event or give details on the investigation. Tony Cos-Totman, Kentucky Department of Education spokeswoman, said the department is aware of what took place in Hazard Independent Schools and has been in contact with the superintendent, who has informed us that the incident is under investigation. Kentucky law provides that school district superintendents are required to report instances of educator misconduct to the Education Professional Standard Board, EPSB. Therefore, if the investigation finds a certified educator likely violated the Kentucky Educator Code of Ethics, the superintendent is required to report this to the EPSB for potential action, Cons-Tatman wrote in an email. If any citizen of Commonwealth feels that the Kentucky Educator Code of Ethics was violated by a certified educator, they could also file a complaint with the EPSB. Astor Sizemore, a board member of the Hazard Independent School, said he was at the high school Tuesday and did not attend that event. Normally, the principal, Happy Mobilini, is pretty dadgum strict, so that surprises me unless someone pulled something out of a hat. Sizemore said, a kid comes to high school with a short dress, you know he makes them go home and change. I'm sorry, this is how do I say? This is like the second time I've heard some stuff like this. Like in Brooklyn, when a principal was leaving his tenure, right? He was basically what could I say? He was basically being in drag and